Hi there. Thank you so much for listening to Grounded in Maine today. My name is Amy, and I have a very special guest today. Her name is Vale, and I'm not going to say her last name because I honestly can't. But but I'm so excited to share this. So Vale is from Argentina, but she's living in Texas currently. Her business is called the Circular Mom Club, and we're talking about baby clothing rental. So Vale, thank you so much for being here. And can you please start by saying your last name?
Yes. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Vale Siegrist.
Vale. Oh,
yes.
Well, shoot. I just, yeah,
No worries.
Vale. I apologize. Vale, sorry. And so Vale and I hooked up through Podmatch, and she was just telling me that she won PR work from Publicity for Good, who I've been working with for, I want to say close to a year, and they're wonderful. But I've been watching this contest that they had where they were, one person was going to win PR work for a whole year, and I was like, I never saw the outcome. And then I'm talking with Vale, and and she tells me she just won this. I'm like, I can't believe it. This is so fun. So, Vale, tell us about the Circular Mom Club. What are you doing there?
Yeah, so Circle is a platform for moms to be able to have a rotating closet for their kids. They can pay monthly subscription and rotate their clothes. So we can eliminate that very late run for stores where like you have to plan a new outfit and you don't have anything. You can access that rotating closet for your kiddos.
My goodness. And I know that I was reading on your website, the amount of waste, because kids grow so fast when once they start growing, they're just like, they go through so many clothes, and they like are too small, and they just grow out of them. And so, I mean, I don't have children, so I don't know what that is like. But I'm sure as a mom, you must be like, no, there's got to be a better way than, just continuing to buy new things.
Yeah. And I'm going to give you the other side of the story. Like, they don't only like grow too fast, but like you also, like, as a mom, want to have them dressed in a very nice way. And if you're attending like 2-3 birthdays per month, like with the same friends, you want to have new outfits, right? So it's the size and the social appearances that like make like these closets very full of things that get used less than 3 times.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, of course. I mean, kids have friends and kids go to parties, and yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and you don't want to be like, you wore that to the last kid's party. What?
Oh, we can, right? We can, but at some point it's like it's that mom pride of wanting to show up like very nice clothes, but like then you don't want to spend $40 every time your kid has a party.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, baby clothing rental. I do want to talk. So this is it's a flexible membership for modern moms. That's what you said about it, which is very cool. I mean, the modern moms, I guess that did not click with me until you said, about the different parties and stuff, that you want them to look nice. Of course you want them to look nice, but I mean, I feel like I look nice, but I wear the same clothes for a week. I'm also not playing outside as much.
There you go.
But you had mentioned in your, I think it was your guest forum, you talked about eco guilt, like you mentioned, or maybe it was on your website, and I was like, that is a term that I have not really heard a lot, but it's intriguing, of course. So tell me about eco guilt.
So that comes from me. And I went through this process of I was buying Shein or whatever, however you pronounce that. And I was buying through that, and then I was like, I cannot continue supporting these type of businesses because they're not aligning with my values. I'm only like contributing to a big amount of waste. But like, then what's like, so that produces guilt because that's the cheapest option. But I also don't want to go that route. So finding other options only produced more guilt for me because it was either you go to more expensive brands or you go to like thrift shops, and like thrift shops are amazing, but they're also very time consuming. So when I talk about the guilt, it's like that shopping experience that it becomes like emotional. As honestly, not even a parent, as a human being, you're always making that decision of like, where do I put my money, to be more conscious with my dollars. But sometimes like being conscious with your dollars is not financially responsible for your personal finance side of the house. So how do you balance all that?
Sometimes if you're not ordering through, Shein or whatever, of those inexpensive fashion brands, if you're not ordering online, you have to actually be somewhere and take that time. And like you said, the thrift stores can be time consuming, but it's also like getting there, and don't you have something else that you could be doing at that point? Always, right? Yeah. Okay, well, so that's something that you kind of you sort of not put on yourself, but like that's eco guilt is something that you felt. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that. We love to make ourselves feel bad, right?
Moms especially.
That the guilt is sort of, it's like built in, I think.
Yeah.
And so this is designer baby clothes, you were saying?
We have everything. And we have a lot of, I won't call it designer, but the Hannah Andersons, the Carters, the Old Navies, those are our main brands that we have in the website.
Okay. And are they just their baby clothes, or are they children's clothes?
We go 0 to 40.
14?
Yeah,
Like
40.
Oh,
40.
Okay. Okay, 4 and the letter T. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I don't have kids, sorry. It's a language that I never...
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, so to 4, basically.
Yeah.
4 okay. That's like the biggest... it's one of the biggest growth spurts, right? Up to 4.
That's exactly what I chose it.
Okay. And how old are your kids?
My kid is 1.5.
1.5. So
Yeah.
busy in that growth period.
Yes, and that's exactly what I was like after when she turned a year. I was like, I was donating my clothes, and I was like, how I'm not gonna use this again. Like, right. I am okay with it. Yeah, and I'm okay with passing out clothes, but like I basically losing money in the process. So
yeah, constantly buying. Yeah. So this is sort of like a consignment.
So you have the option. One of the options that I'm providing for moms is send us your pre-loved outfits, and we give you a credit towards your membership. So I have moms that, like you mentioned, my lowest tier, or like the starting tier is at $29, and I have moms that monthly send us 5 items, and they keep their subscription at $15. So that's another way of keeping clothes circulating at a very low price.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if the it's for 5 outfits, right? Or is
Yes.
it 5 pieces?
Yes.
Okay.
It depends on like how I make it online. Sometimes it's like both pants and shorts. Sometimes it's just a pants. So it's we have both options online.
Okay.
Because because if there's a very cute top and bottom that come together, why would I separate them? Like, you need to get both.
Together.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. Okay, so this is just, it's fascinating. I love, and so you said designer baby clothes that you don't have to feel guilty about, and that's really where it's at. I mean, that whole eco guilt thing, and your baby growing, and you want your baby to look good, but you don't have to feel so bad about that because it's already pre-loved, as you said. Yeah. And it is still in really good shape.
Yeah. And when you're sending it back, you're giving it another use, another life.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's so great. And then you said, let's see, one of the the things about it is reducing the textile waste, of course, and extending the life cycle of quality clothing. So important. And then sustainable fashion, affordable for all. I loved that.
And I think that coming back to your prior question of like what generates guilt, I think a lot of moms, I'm watching TikTok all the time, and I like to see TikTok to see what moms are saying. And they're coming with these big hauls of clothes, but it's like, I spent X amount of money, I spent 100, 200, and like, there's joy on buying new clothes, but there's also the guilt of spending the money. Like, even if they're gonna use them in a lot of time, you know that it might not be a financially responsible idea or task. So for me, it was important to give moms that opportunity to have their kids look good, for them to be proud of it. Like, moms are like Christmas shoots, birthday shoots, family shoots, and you want to look good in those pictures. Those are the pictures that like, you're investing money and time to like have memories for a lifetime.
Yeah.
But why to add that expense when you can have it as at a fraction of the price?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And another thing that you had said that that really resonated with me, and I think it for sure ties into all this, but you said conscious parents raising conscious kids, which I think is this is great for moms who don't want to waste the clothing, but they're also in doing this you're teaching your children the same values, which is so important.
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about conscious parenting when it comes to gentle parenting, or how are we educating with our words, but we also educate with our actions. Introducing a new way of dressing ourselves can teach a lot.
Oh my goodness. So how long has Circular Mom Club been in action?
So I opened in November, or I put myself in Instagram in November, and I started working towards my pilot on my website. So what is that? December, January, February, March, 4 months. Yeah, 4 months.
Okay, great. And is it mostly friends of yours that are using it at this point, or how did you?
Honestly,
is
no.
it growing? Oh.
It's growing, yes. I have a couple of friends, of course, my biggest supporters. But Instagram gave me a great platform, and I had a good fortune of connecting with other moms that resonated with the with Circular, and so yeah, this is a good group of moms that subscribe already.
Wonderful. And now you've got PR, which is just going to spread the word even more. Oh my goodness. And Vale was saying right before we started recording, this is her first podcast.
Yes.
So I'm very happy to be that first one. And even though you have experience in your household, you said your husband has hosted a podcast about soccer.
Yeah.
How did you start? How did you start this?
Wow.
Where did you get I guess the first clothes must have been yours.
Yes. And I went to a thrift shop here in Austin. And I picked some things that I like, and I started uploading them to a website. The first idea, and actually the name why it was Circular, is because my first idea was to find a group of moms that circulated clothes in pods. So that's why it's called Circular, because it was supposed to be a club that you would subscribe, and you would send, like, when your kiddo outgrows their clothes, like, you can send them to the next mom. So I will match you with, my first idea was to act as matchmaker and do these little pods of groups that can like send the outgrown clothes to the other person.
Yeah.
That was my first pilot with 4 of my friends, and through that pilot, I tried to search for new moms, and I started getting the word out there. And one of the moms told me, like, Vale, but I really want to pick my clothes. I don't want to receive like random items.
Right.
And that was the push that I needed to go and build the website that I have today.
She's a really good friend to do that.
And I actually someone that I didn't know that I met through a WhatsApp group of like Austin, like friends of friends and whatnot. So I actually don't know this mom in person, but I will be forever thankful for the feedback that she gave me, because it changed the motion of Circular. I use a rental clothing for my daughter in the past when she was little, and one of the things that I didn't like was that I couldn't choose the clothes myself. So I was like, I had the experience that I wanted to be different. I knew from the very beginning that my future was like, I wanted to be the Run the Runway for kids. And when she told me that, I was like, I'm gonna pause everything, I'm gonna go build. And that's how the bigger idea for Circular got born.
Sure. I mean, there's so often when you're just like, well, maybe it's just me. Like I just really want my kids to look nice, and I want to be able to pick what they, but to hear it from someone else, you're like, oh no, this is really what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, she is a good friend. I mean, you don't know her, but she's a good friend.
Yes.
She's looking out for you. I mean, I think that's, I mean, we were talking before we hit record, but you used to be in Miami, and you would do like clothing swaps, and here it's just in Texas, it's just a different situation. But you were saying also because of people like to choose, and just have their own choices. So I love this idea. I think this is really cool. I mean, women do it, right? Like there's like what, ThreadUp or there are places that I don't do. But you have
Newly, you have Run the Runway, you have Stitch Fix. There's a couple of them. And it's that autonomy, and it's that like I want to look nice, and I just need this for a period of time. So that's the beauty of it.
There's no reason to buy it new if it's already out there.
Exactly. And I used Run the Runway in my postpartum because sizes were never right for me. Like postpartum moms will understand that nothing like fits well, like you need to try things out, like, but you never have the time to go into a store to figure out what right size means to you, what is your right size for you. So Run the Runway was my lifesaver. And then it was like, why I cannot have Run the Runway for my baby? Because I'm doing photos, like, okay, so this is another, I think like Circular came from like different ideas and like in multiple like parts of my life, and then like one day they came all together, and it's probably the Run the Runway story, because postpartum was a little bit hard for me. And one day I started taking pictures of my daughter and sending it to friends and family, and like everyone like outpoured love, and that was like a fun way to get out of bed, to find energy. Like you've been up all night, like you don't want to get out from bed, and that gave me the energy of like getting up, dressing her up, finding a cute outfit. But then like I wasn't gonna like spend money to buy outfits that she was never gonna. I was only taking pictures for myself because she looked cute, because I needed that for me.
Bundled up going outside, no one sees it.
No one sees it. So that's when I started like Googling up like alternatives, because again, like I went to Reddit. Where are we getting cheap clothes? Shein. No, I don't want to go to Shein. Like then it's like circle back 3 conversations ago. That what if I were for myself, and it's like I don't want to put my baby in these clothes that I don't know what they're made of. So then I started looking for like what good brands for babies were in terms of quality of clothing, because I wanted cotton, or I wanted something that was pre-washed, something that didn't have chemicals. So I went into that rabbit hole, and that's how I ended up finding this first company where that I rented from. But it was a little bit more casual than I wanted, and more I couldn't pick. Like I got sent like a bundle.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I like, and that but Amy, like the joy that it brought me to be able to like get her to look nice and get me to look nice, to like take a picture.
Right.
I think it was one of my highlights of postpartum. Postpartum is hard, and you need to find those little sparks that bring you joy. And I think that's when like 3, 4, 5 months later, Circular is born, because I also want to bring other moms that postpartum joy that I have when I was having a hard time, without having to invest again like $100, $200, and without having to get out of your house.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I have never had postpartum, but I imagine, I'm sure that everyone goes through it in, varying degrees, but to find those moments where you were like, you just produced this child, it's a huge thing for your body and your whole life. And if you are not feeling the joy, whatever it takes, man. And if it's having some nice clothes, and it gives you something to like get out of bed and feel good about, like, yes, absolutely. Yeah. And to also that you are thinking about other women in these times is amazing. And I think that that's beautiful.
Thank you. It reminds me though of the guilt conversation we were having 4 conversations ago, because like you do all that and then the guilt hits because you're spending that money, because like it's like the one thing that brings me joy, but all the things that I'm doing that are bad because of this, the environmental, like the buying for only one time, the spending, the this, the that. So, or like bringing a baby to a thrift shop that it might not be super clean. So
that joy was
like that guilt that you asked me about, like it resonates so much for what I went through while I was doing the research and after like the solution that was brought to me through this rental company.
Yeah, those complicating guilt, the complicating joy, by having that guilt in the background, you're like smiling and feeling so good, and you're like, oh, but the things that it's doing. Yeah. We all have that, but I mean, that it's just amazing to me that that little spark of joy grew this thing. Yeah. I just think it's wonderful. I love this, and I'm so sorry that you had a hard time, but I'm glad that you found that joy. I think that I'm sure all moms need that, and I'm so glad that this is out there, and I can't wait to share it with people and have them see that you don't have to spend all your money to have your little kid look good, and they can outgrow clothes, and you don't have to spend like tens of dollars to do it. Yeah. I think that we need options for everyone, and like we were talking about, women have these clothing rental options, and kids grow way faster than women.
Yeah.
So they definitely need something like this, and I think this is wonderful because I mean, like you were saying, you can go to the thrift store, and you can go to the you can order online through those places that are might be a little sketchy or a lot sketchy. You can do all those things, but the fact is, you don't often have a choice, and you don't often get the quality. These are already like sort of vetted, right? And they're good quality, and they are brand names, and they're already broken in. That's my favorite. I love broken in things.
There you go. Well, one fact that I learned through researching one day at 3 a.m. in the morning is that, so I asked Reddit, at that time I wasn't using the ChatGPT as much, which just blows my mind. Like 2 years later, it's like our go-to. But through Reddit, I learned that one of the ways that you remove chemicals from your kids' clothing is by washing them. So you are right that like by using broken in clothing, you're using one less layer of chemicals.
Well, hey, that's great. I mean, where are they going? They're going in the washing machine.
Yeah, but you know what? They're already here, and they're ready. But what I also think, and you got me with the guilt question, Amy. What can I tell you? Like, we're here, we're riding the wave.
I have it too. I just don't have kids. It's just all right here.
Yeah. The guilt question made me also think about maybe we already have these things, or maybe they were hand-me-downs. And do I go through the guilt of using them or not, or like keep passing them down? It's like you already have them. Mm-hmm. If you throw them through the trash, you're generating more waste than anything else. So at least finding those little alternatives can also be a big change.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we've gone to, I've gone to the thrift store and I'm like, this looks nice. And then I get back and it's a whole different feeling. And so do I, it's thrifted. So is it really, worth driving back? Yes, it's worth driving back. But, you don't always feel like that. And, so your option is, bring it back, throw it away, give it away, but then it's so much effort. So this option that you've created is, it really solves so many problems.
Thank you.
So, I think that, it might feel like a little thing, but I feel like it's a really big deal. It's a really big deal. I think that, like a mobile thrift store type of thing.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
Or a consignment store. Because it's, because it's gooder, oh my gosh, I said gooder quality. It's a gooder quality. That's my brain tonight. Oh my goodness, that's what I have. But so Vale, I just think this is wonderful, and I hope that you are proud of what you've built.
Thank you. I am.
And I really am. I think I'm too old to have friends with kids these days, but there are definitely people that are listening, and I'll, my people know people, that's for sure. Yeah. So I'm excited to get the word out.
Thank you so much. Well, we were having this conversation. You mentioned PFG, Publicity for Good, and they asked me like, what would be your angle to talk to grandmas about circular? And I was like, you know what? I think that it can all start with a grandma gifting a gift card for circular, or picking 5 clothes for that first month, because grandmas are the first one to buy the Christmas outfit, the Easter outfit, or we have St. Patrick's, all of these I'm only gonna use it once.
Right.
Outfits.
Favorite aunt.
Or the favorite aunt. So I think that if we all want to make an effort to be sustainably conscious, we can all make an effort. Instead of gifting something that is only gonna use once, give the option of a sustainable choice.
Yeah. And so you do gift cards.
You know what? I don't have them in my website, but I think I'm gonna do them tonight, because with this conversation, it's clear that we need that option for those that want to gift the gift of circular.
Oh, I think that's great. It's a great way to get someone started, right?
Yeah.
If you're like, they might not go for it, but if you get them a gift card, it'll get them started. And then, as we know, kids grow out of clothes, and then you can send them back and get a discount for your next one.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Oh, wow. So Circular Moms Club, just single mom, right? Circular Moms Club?
Yes.
Okay. I just added that S. This is a baby clothing rental. This is a flexible membership for modern moms. I think this is wonderful for people with kids, or grandmoms, or favorite aunts. Vale, what does the word sustainability mean to you?
Big question. For me, is doing as leader or as sustainability for me means doing as little or as much as we can to leave the world in a better place.
Very simple. I like it. Okay. And that's the best we can do, man. Just not make it worse, please.
Yes.
That's great. And so how can people follow Circular Mom Club?
Yeah. So my website is circularmomclub.com, and my Instagram is circular3_club. It is very difficult nowadays to get an Instagram handle. So if you go to the website, you're gonna find all the information you need, and there's links to my socials.
Right.
But one day we might update the Instagram so we're easy to find. What can I tell you? I think if you put also Circular Club in Instagram, the search, it's gonna get you there.
Yes. Well, and I'll have links in the show notes as well. But I think, always, the website is definitely going to have the link for the Instagram. And that it's a great place to go anyway. So you'll get all the information about it. If you want to follow some Instagram reels, you can get that from the website as well. Circular Mom Club. Vale, thank you so much for sharing this. I'm really excited for to see this grow and to share it with people. I just think I mean, I've said it before, I just think it's wonderful, and I'm so glad that you did this.
Thank you.
I'm so
Thank
glad
you, Amy.
that the your postpartum experience and then finding that joy has grown this business that I think is so needed.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me, for having me today, and for having conversations about sustainability, because I know that it's front of mind for some of us, but more people need to learn about simple ways of living a sustainable life.
Yeah, and if we can make it easy for people, that's what we're all about.
That's the goal.
So as many options as we can, and one of them is Circular Mom Club. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And you guys, Circular Mom Club, go check it out. If you have someone with kids in your life, maybe get them a gift card.